So I know a lot of you guys, just like myself, are patiently waiting to see if they'll ever confirm Xenoverse 3, but I think this is the closest that we're going to get to. So either way, welcome back to another episode of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 mods. This is Granolah the Survivor, and the first person that we're gonna have Granolah face off with here is none other than God Vegeta. So I know in the community a lot of people are basically discussing and kind of having a conversation on Granolah as a character and insinuating that Granolah isn't really going to pose that big of a threat to anybody, but I strongly disagree, only because I think that since the story had just started, there's so much more to unpack. And big shoutouts goes out to Big Leah for creating this Granolah mod, and I really do love the fact that we know that the community creates these crazy mods all the time, so being the fact that we actually have one, you guys can go on ahead and download Granolah the Survivor for your PC. That link will be located down below. So let me see if I can just best my boy Vegeta right now, because to be honest, if Vegeta ends up learning a new power and Granolah somehow ends up besting him in battle because he somehow either wishes to become the strongest or he uses some kind of a plot device to get him ahead, that's going to be a little broken, I think, in my opinion. So in the comment section below, I want to know, what is the first fight that you guys want to see involving Granolah and said characters? Because to be honest, I really wouldn't mind seeing Granolah fight against Vegeta first. I think that would be really cool, but then again, we saw Vegeta fight Moro first back during the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc, and that was basically a back and forth contest until Moro was able to take Vegeta's power away from him. So let me see if I can shoot this dude in the face. This model of God Vegeta as well is different. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, his combinations are different. Uh-oh, this is bad. Wow, that's beautiful. And you know what else too? We have brand new DLC coming for Xenoverse 2, I think sometime during the summer, and it's just gonna be nutty from there. Hopefully, we do get something in the future involving a brand new game. So let me see if Granolah has what it takes right now to best Vegeta, because this mod right now, okay, there we go. I was about to say, this mod has a very slow kind of build up to inflicting damage on the enemy. So let's not waste any more time. I want to go on ahead and jump into a 2v2 fight just to see what the overall narrative is going to be involving Granolah and a partner of his choosing. Okay, let's be realistic here. Come on, I know some of you guys might be like, well, why would Granolah team up with Frieza? It's not the fact that Granolah would be the one to team up with Frieza. I'm just suggesting that what if Frieza is the one to kind of persuade and lie to Granolah in telling him, oh yeah, so by the way, it wasn't me, it was the Saiyans, let me help you bring you to them and whatnot. So here we have Evolution Vegeta and Kaioken times 20 Goku, which, to be honest, I don't know about you guys can let me know in the comment section below. I don't think that we're gonna be seeing, you know, Ultra Instinct Sign or Kaioken Goku anymore, because this dude is able to master UI. So what's the point of using those forms anymore, right? So, I don't know. Evolution Vegeta versus Granolah, oh, I gotta get the hell out of here. I think Evolution Vegeta versus Granolah would be too much, just like I think Kaioken would be too much for Granolah right now, but that's under the assumption that he does not get his little wish. I just love shooting this dude with the Dodon Ray, because it kind of looks like Granolah is doing what he does, you know, in being a sniper, by having Oatmeal kind of guide him, but I think nonetheless, what should set the precedent to kind of showcase Granolah's power is seeing how he would fare up to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, and the evolved forms like Kaioken and Evolution before you start upping him up to be like UI levels, right? Because that would be, I think, way too much and way too fast for that to be the narrative. But for Frieza, I could definitely see Frieza seeing Granolah's potential and then just kind of lying to him to say, you know what, you could join me if you want to. You could, you know, I could bring you to the animals that destroyed your people, so as long as you were to leave one of them for me. So I think this would be a little bit of a better kind of option for Granolah, instead of allowing him to just immediately fight MUI Goku. And I don't know if you guys can tell right now, but I just gave Vegeta a chance to pick Goku up. Let me see, can I blast Goku? That was a fail, wow. So also, if there's any mod that you guys want to see be done, then let me know in the comment section below, because if there's any specific mod you guys want to see, the Heater Clan, or Planet Moro, or any of that, then simply let me know. I would really love to see what Granolah would be able to do against a upgraded Kaioken version of Goku or Vegeta's, you know, Blue Evolution form. Even if he does become the strongest, I think that it would really set the tone. But oh my god, Vegeta just keeps blowing himself up, dude. Is Granolah gonna be the one, or is it gonna be Frieza? Let's find out. Let's see here. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. What a way to end Vegeta's life. Okay, so this mod isn't as OP'd as Merno or Moro, but I think I have kind of an idea as to what I want the next fight to be. So let's go on ahead and jump into that, shall we? Now I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but I'm kind of curious to find out whether or not Maris is going to be involved in this arc, because I really doubt we're going to be seeing anything from the Galactic Patrol, but I think it would be interesting to see how Goku would be able to side with Granolah in protecting him to tell Vegeta, hey, he's not really a bad guy, he's misguided, and Vegeta's like, nah, he has to be destroyed, right? So I think that would be a really interesting position to see Granolah and Goku versus Vegeta, and perhaps even Maris, who agrees with Vegeta to tell Goku, hey, you know, this guy needs to be, you know, taken into our jurisdiction, he needs to be put away because he's dangerous. So I don't know, I mean, even though it's a stretch, I just wanted to see what Agent Maris could do with Vegeta to battle against Granolah, who is super amped via the Wish and a, you know, Ultra Instinct variation of Goku. So in the comments though, what I want to know is, do you guys want to see more Granolah stories, or do you guys want to see something different for us to create? Because thus far, we have created several stories that I think were really, really fun in the community. So if you guys want to see something more, then just simply let us know. What the hell's going on here? Wow, so Maris is getting kaboshed by UI signed Goku. Let me see if I can actually... These two are really going at it, and what I've noticed here is there's a lot of, you know, heavy implication to suggest that Granolah is fighting Vegeta a lot. So who knows? That might be the narrative, I think, in the manga, and I think I speak on behalf of all of us when I say I can't wait until this is animated. It's gonna look crazy when it's animated, but let me take care of Maris real quick. Unless Maris wants to give me a headache and just continuously attack me without giving me a chance to retaliate. So, but I think definitely this mod is fire. There have been so many newer mods that I haven't really tried out yet that I'm really, really hoping to try out. So it's whatever comes. All right, Maris is down, and I'm really hoping that, you know, with all this DLC stuff for Xenoverse 2, that we end up getting like more information for the future, because oh wow, that's a one-shot for Vegeta. This dude Vegeta has been getting one-shotted by Granolah a lot. I hope that's not a prelude to something. So either way, let's go on ahead and jump into the semi-finale fight of the entire video here today. Now, for those who don't know, we actually went on to do a story involving these two characters, but if you were to ask me Broly versus Granolah, I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I think that the narrative would make sense in terms of Granolah going out and being kind of told by Oatmeal, hey, there's this rogue Saiyan that lives on this planet, I think you should go on ahead and pay him a visit. That would be insane, and I think that full-powered Super Saiyan Broly would demolish Granolah unless plot convenience, right? But let me see if the mod can get the job done, because I think that this is the standard variation of the model of Broly, so this is not a modded version, but Granolah just looks fire, and I'm actually very impressed that, you know, within the last, what is it, like 5-6 years now, the mod community just keeps on putting out some fire. This dude's trying to snipe Broly. That's not gonna work. I'm sorry. And you know what? I'm still under the impression that at this point Broly would be stronger than Granolah, because there's no narrative to indicate that Granolah would be stronger. But if I end up being wrong, I end up being wrong. But I just don't see that being the case, because this dude can hardly snipe people without losing focus, right? So I don't know, plot convenience purposes, he might get a huge buff, but against Broly, honestly, I don't see Broly being a factor. Unless they want to introduce him now to take out the heaters, to do whatever, they could eventually do that, I suppose, but I think it would be too much to include him this early, because this dude, Granolah, just kicked this man square in the face. Can I do that again? Let me see. I really want to end it with that kick to the face. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful kick to the face. Okay, so I want to dive into the final fight only because it has everything to do, I think, with the progression of the enemy list for Dragon Ball so far. So let's go ahead and dive into the final opponent of the video and have a really interesting conversation involving that. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Unreal, are you crazy? Like, Moro right now supersedes Granolah in terms of strength. Absolutely, if it were not for plot convenience and plot devices for the show that dictates the narrative. But I had this idea, and big shoutouts goes out to one of my viewers and listeners, Adam, for popping into one of my FaceTime calls, and he brought up the manga chapter, he brought up Granolah, and I said to myself, is it possible that Granolah could be a bigger threat than Moro? The answer to that, I think, is no, because Moro wanted to extinguish all life in the universe. He wanted to consume and destroy and grow, and that's all he cared about was death, right? Like, his inspiration from Toyotaro was in fact taken from the West, and he based Moro off of Western mythology of demons and the depiction of Baphomet and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But when you look at Granolah, it's hard to kind of take that into consideration to suggest that Granolah would be a bigger danger than someone like Moro. So I think that when it comes down to the premise of what kind of villain would be presented as being more valuable and better, I would take Moro, only because right now Granolah doesn't come off like a villain. He comes off like a very misguided, misled kind of individual, right? Which you can't really fault him for that, but his MO isn't to wipe out the entire universe or just to, you know, kill and consume and do all that stuff. But I think it's interesting to take note that we need to compare these characters when it comes down to being the opposition, and more importantly, I think at least, is being a legitimate villain, which he is not. And I think that going forward, we kind of need more of those kind of characters be introduced to where they feel like actual villains. But a big shout out goes out to Adam for just bringing this up to me, because I really do hope that going forward we get to see chaos and destruction come from these characters. But right now, in case you guys don't know, Moro has a lot of health, right? This is Moro 7-3. I'm not sure if this is the transformable version, but I want to see if I can actually inflict as much damage as I can. I have a feeling I might win, but I'm going to have to use some items here, which I think I may need, because this version of Moro's mod has crazy health, and I think that his attack potency is pretty huge too. So I'm not too sure what's about to happen. I just know that if I don't play my cards right, this dude is about to eat my butt, bro, and I'm not trying to have that right now. So, and again, it's kind of hard to accept the fact that Granolah is going to be stronger than Moro, because we've seen everything that Moro had done that proved himself in being the most dangerous opposition that Goku and Vegeta have come across in quite some time. So I'm trying to see if I can actually do something to hurt this dude, man, because, and again, the map is fire. Everything about this is dope because the fandom went out to create this. So let me see if Granolah, every time I'm trying to use my ultimate, this dude is like dodging and blocking, so I'm not too sure. But in the comment section below, I want to know if you guys believe that Granolah is going to be a better opposition or a villain than, I guess, Moro. I don't see that being the case, not even with the heaters, because the heaters don't come off as like Frieza, Zamasu, Moro in a way. Like, those guys wanted everyone dead. Like those characters that I just mentioned were legitimate villains, right? But here, I'm not too sure. The heaters are more like, alright, well, let's acquire all of the knowledge because knowledge is power and blah blah blah, which is true. But, and then you got Granolah, who just wants Frieza dead for the revenge sake of purposes, and the Saiyans, right? So I don't know. But what I do know right now is this dude is getting blasted. Moro is getting blasted, and hopefully we can win this fight. If we lose, then it is what it is. I think we're gonna have to up it up. If anyone can create a Ultra Instinct Granolah mod, would be sick, because I mean he's gonna have to be to match MEY Goku, right? Like, there's no if and or buts about that. But then again, we also need, I think, a Hakaishin Vegeta mod. I don't think we've seen that. Even though that's not what he may get, I would really love to see a mod be created to where we do have that kind of like character be set in the game, because we have Ultra Instinct, we have all these other things, but we don't really have that. So this dude Moro, I'm trying to slow him down, I'm trying to break his stamina, but this is not happening right now. This is Moro 7-3 to me, and I can't wait until this is animated, only because you know they're gonna turn it up, and you know they're gonna give us one of the best products, because if you take a look at all of the anime out right now, their quality is sick, so it would be a huge mistake for Toei not to follow suit in upping up the animation quality, the art quality, and the production quality behind the anime, because why would you have Super come back and have it look the way it looked? Wow, we got Vegeta into the ground just like how Cell did. Well, either way, guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for your time. If you guys have any story recommendations or anything you guys want to see, then drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Tune back in for the manga chapter review for fan mangas, mods, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody, and take care. Peace!
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
over here. Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarota!